Hello, I'm Sarah Black.
And I'm Theo Black.
And here is our review in under 3 minutes for In the Last Days of the City. No spoilers.
Khalid, a filmmaker living in Cairo, searches for a new apartment after his mother falls ill. But in the changing city around him, he can't seem to find a new home. Complicated plot.
Very complex.
I loved this movie. It wasn't what I expected. I think I was expecting more of like a character piece in a revolutionary city, and that's actually not too far from what I got, but the film is kind of experimental. In fact, it is experimental. It's very focused. It's a film that I feel is always about Khalid and his relationship with the city. Even when he's talking to his friends, when we see his friends without him, it feels like it's always a nuance or some sort of take or discussion about the way he is interacting with his city, a city he doesn't recognize necessarily, or he does or not. And I liked that very linear focus for an experimental film.
I know, I'm going to rock two worlds here. One, it's an experimental film that was slow, that you liked more than me, which I did like, just not as much as you. And two, I'm going to talk about the filmmaking. It was really interesting the way the line between documentary and fictional film were blurred.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shots on the streets of our main character, who's definitely an actor, and I'm pretty sure everyone else was just people walking on the streets of Cairo. And there's a lot of shots of the city that I think are just shots of the city, clearly.
Yeah.
And then there's the fact that he's making a film. And you'll start on these shots of someone talking, as you said, often about their past and their relationship to their city, and then it'll pull out and you'll realize that it's on his computer. And he's actually editing it and scrubbing through, and it turns out these people are also actors. And so the feeling of whether this is real or not, and never really knowing the answer, is really intriguing.
Yeah, well, it's this interesting thing where you watch him scrub through it, and then you see it being scrubbed through just as the frame.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved this. I can't recommend it to everyone because it is an experimental film, but this is actually a substitute for It, the Green Fog.
I also think you might enjoy it if you're interested in Egypt, recent history of Egypt, and the revolution that went on there.
What was your take on this? What meaning did you find it? Come to Twitter to discuss this with us.
Maybe get into spoilers.
You can find me at pigeon_Theo.
And me at pigeon_Sarah.